Hey everybody, welcome to day 30 of 50 days to Pentecost. We're in this journey: Easter, resurrection, church birth, Pentecost. All the days we're going through this 30 days now, we're reading a scripture each and every day to put in our spirit to walk worthy of our calling, which, if we're honest, we have a difficult time doing some days. All of us do. But the purpose of this is to remind us who God is in our lives, what he does for us, and how we can be transformed by the word. Today we're going to be in 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 15. But before we do, please let me remind you, please subscribe to our channel. If you're not a member or subscriber yet, please do so. We'd love you to be part of this daily ministry. Today, again, we'll be in 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 15. Here's what it says. Then Elijah said, "As the Lord of armies lives, in whose presence I stand, today I will present myself to Ahab." Ahab was the ruthless king, you may remember, who was killing all the prophets. His wife Jezebel was killing all the prophets. God sends Elijah to speak to him, to tell him all these things are going to happen. And Elijah goes as he's told to. It's a scene of obedience. Who is he speaking of here? He says, in the presence of the Lord of armies. That's the pre-incarnate Jesus Christ, we believe. Elijah stands in the firm foundation of the faith and says, I will not be moved by any fear, doubt, or worry about this man or this woman, and I will go as the Lord has commanded. And he does, and he proclaims what God told him to. And he did exactly what God said he would do. Isn't that an amazing story? I wonder how often we have been told by the Lord to do something, and we question, we doubt, we get fearful, we don't think we're qualified. It's funny how God can use the most simple people. We look at Elijah, we think what a mighty man of God he was. He was also the same man who was hiding in the cave because he thought he was going to die. He was depressed, just like we do. You see, God uses the simple to proclaim the good news, and then destroys the proud by saying, how could you use them? It's the willing that he uses. And what we see here in Elijah is he was a willing participant in God's plan for salvation for the world. And God used him to proclaim what he was going to do to Ahab and the people and the prophets of Baal. And he did it. And that gives us hope that the resurrection of Jesus Christ was the pinnacle point for our faithfulness to walk in obedience. And what he's calling you and me to do, we must be obedient. You know, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the great pastor from Germany who died during the German War, said, if we even hesitate for a second, we're being disobedient. That's a word for us today. May we be obedient to God's truth. Thank you so much for joining me. I pray you'll share this with somebody, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow on day 31 as we continue in 50 days to Pentecost. Have a great day.